So I see Donald Trump called out by Obama. You know, matter of fact, not even called out. Obama just spoke on it. Obama was basically saying, and here's the thing, I don't even like politics like that. It's not my thing. It's not my spell. But you see things, you catch things. All you got to do is pay attention to what's going on in the world. It don't matter if you watch the news or not. If you get on the internet, you're not going to miss things. But this kind of like caught my eye specifically, right? So Obama was doing like an interview. And he said that if he had done any of what Trump had did, it would be different. And you ain't even got to work for NASA to understand what he talking about when he say that. He started naming examples like pulling Fox News credentials from the White House press court, telling law firms that represented parties that felt away or critiqued the policies his administration had initiated that they wouldn't be allowed in the government buildings. If Obama was moving like Trump at the time he was in office, they would never quit until that man was out that damn White House. When there was a time they came at that man over a damn tan suit, they were saying that was enough for him to get impeached right there. A suit. And then you got the most obvious blemish nobody still could look past. Imagine Obama being in the White House serving as president with a felony on his jacket. If that was him, it would be the what term come again? You ain't getting up in here. Hell, it's hard for a nigga to get a job with that on his jacket. You talking about president? But of course, we old. And folks like to say, Obama ain't do nothing for us. And I ain't no exception myself, like I was saying it too at a point. I even said, I literally had asked somebody one time, I looked at somebody, I'm like, hey, yo, what did he do, matter of fact? And I was at a point, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll just say, like, I have a complete different take on it, looking back. Like, do we really think that even with 2 terms back to back, do you really think any actual changes would come from one man? Only Obama was the first. Hell, we don't know, might be the last, hopefully not, but first and possibly last president in that White House. Maybe Obama's main role was just to break down the door for other black men or presidents like him, because it's not just about race. So I'll say men like him. Maybe his role was really just to break down the barrier, kick down the door for other men like him to come after him and basically like pick up where he might have left off. Because it's a sprint, it's not a race. Look how many Caucasian men have like come and went in the White House. Perhaps Obama was the lead, but it could take as many men like him to keep the ball rolling. But it's not even about race. And I can usually say black men, but you don't have to be black to be somebody of character, because his character, you know what I mean? His character was what I would call of an actual president. Somebody who you probably would be proud to call your leader, right? Because isn't a president also defined by like how he interacts with people? How he interacts with people of the country? Like, because to me, it's all about character. What do people look for in a president? When you compare him to this nigga, this dictator, right? We need more genuine and decent people like him in power. Any role that has any title of authority at all, we just need better people. That's how you make America great again. One step at a time like that. Now, it ain't never gonna be perfect. It's never gonna be that. Not for this country, but for this country to be great, like they say, we need more people of character like Obama. I think he's a perfect example of that. You can say he didn't do this, do that, whatever the case, you know. But I just give my respect to him for the type of person that he was. We need more people like him, I'll say, in more time. We need way more than 8 years at least. Like, okay, we seen him do little to make change, and that's how a lot of folk gonna continue to look at him. But is it deeper than that? Because Obama also didn't have the money and shady influence old boy had. That could be the case, but this is just my perspective. You know what I'm saying? One thing for sure, like, he damn sure wasn't trying to take away from the people. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's why I'm getting at that. Yeah, you could say he might not have did this, he might not have did enough or whatever case, but at least we know he wasn't actually like trying to make it worse than what it was. See how this old golden goose head ass sucker is moving. Like, I gotta at least tip my hat off to Obama for that much. Like, he was a decent freaking human being. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't power hungry. I mean, at least he didn't come off like he was. But this motherfucker, this bastard, man, like, he sit up and just, it's like he be thinking, what can I do to shit on these motherfuckers? What can I do to make it harder for these people? These pieces of shit of America. It's like he sits up and thinks about that. And then he wake up, first thing he say is, I got it. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I got something for y'all, let's watch this. That's like, it seems like that's how he think. Like, he's constantly looking for ways to hit people where he knows it's gonna hurt, and then he dubs the fuck shit he does as "Make America Great Again." Nigga, the man moves like a dictator. He ain't no damn president, bro. It's like his main focus is to attack folks' livelihoods. Like, his primary focus, to me, seems like it's to make things more difficult, even though shit is already fucked up. It's already fucked up. The economy already jacked up, fam. We already halfway in the damn soup line and shit. Since the stimulus, like, what has the man done to be of help to, this beautiful country of ours? Which, from what I understand, from what I had heard, from what I'm understanding, he wasn't even the cause for that, which means he was just taking the credit for it. But don't quote me on it, you know what I mean? I advise any and everybody to do their research for confirmation, but I'm just saying, what has he done that's helping America be so great? And don't say immigrants. Don't you dare say it. Newsflash. The real evil is already here, my guy, and has been here. Ain't never went nowhere. He know that. Talking about MAGA. Some damn make America great. Fuck MAGA, nigga. Make America great again. Bitch, was it ever great? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Again? Matter of fact, what condition do you think is going to be in when he gets through with it? As long as this nigga has anything to do with it, third term. Look, I don't wish harm on a soul on this planet, right? But this fool better pray he even survive this term. I mean, you better hope he even make it through this term. The route that he's going, playing with folks the way you are. When that air situation happened, however long ago, I was like, damn, what was that all about? They tried to get old boy up out of here. You know what I mean? I had a slight, slightness of sympathy. And it had nothing to do with liking the motherfucker. It was just sympathy as a human. You understand? It's like, damn, they really tried to get him up out of here. If anything, compared to how I feel now, looking back at a third term, I would much rather Obama be back. Definitely. If I had my choice, if I had my way. But see, that's why I don't vote, because it's always, like I just, and I think that's bullshit. A lot of people feel like if you don't vote, you can't complain about shit or whatever. I don't think it makes the difference. People don't vote because they know for a fact that their vote ain't gonna make a fucking difference. I hate to say it for what it is. It's cliche. It's repetitive to say that shit. If it came down to my vote only making the final decision, I'll vote in a heartbeat. You understand? I don't even talk politics too much because there's never nothing good to talk about. There's never nothing good to say when it comes down to fucking politics. Is there certain things you come across, you pick up on, you see, you look into a little bit, but it's always some bullshit. Like, but I'm just saying, man, I would rather have Obama. If we talking third terms, I would definitely much rather have Obama. At least the man showed he ain't trying to make it any more harder for folk than it already is. At this point, that's a plus. I thought a president, was supposed to like try to make it easy for us. Not easy, but assist, right? Be helpful to the people of the country. You know what I mean? Like lend a hand, make it easier for people. And if not that, damn sure don't make it worse. How you got a president that's making shit worse? That's the type of president folks should want, in somebody like an Obama. I'll say that. Somebody who, if they in the least can't make long-term changes to make it better, then at least don't make it worse. That's all I'm saying. If you can't do anything to make it better, then at least leave it the way you found. Don't make it fucking worse. A president who we at least would be able to say about them, they're not trying to overrule with an iron fist and shit. So folks who think that their boy, that's their boy, that's their man's. You know what I mean? MAGA, see black people be talking about MAGA and all this shit. Man, niggas are corny as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Wish I might put that bullshit on that cheap ass head. So y'all be thinking that y'all boy is so great, just give it some thought. Let me kick this to you, man. Right? The only reason y'all probably feel like he is making America great again is because none of those changes affect you, yours, and the people you know. So y'all could care less. People don't care when they're not seeing the effects themselves, and when they're not affected, they could care less. Human beings, we have that tendency to be selfish, to not really give a fuck about what other people got going on. That's just what it is. That's America. I mean, the president we got right now, he's an embodiment of that. He don't give a fuck what other people got going on. But if the sucker my thing is, if the sucker clearly shows y'all he doesn't mind making decisions on the fly, if he could, probably did. If he doesn't mind making decisions for kicks and giggles, because that's how it seems. If he's showing he could care less if folk are drastically affected by what he's doing now, what the fuck you think he gonna do if he was ever to get there a third time? The more time you give a nigga like that, the worse it's gonna get. This right here, this is just a taste off the spoon. Giving this motherfucker a third term, that's the whole pot right there. It's ironic when they would mention a possibility for a third term, and he would be the motherfucker right there at the front of the line for it. That's so ironic, right? It's only when he makes that one move that affects the ones who voted for him to begin with, is when it'll be, what have we done? It'll be too damn late by that time. Folk could give a fuck if they not affected. I know plenty who have been, are, like the nigga low-key remind me of a bully. Like he walking around with his chest all out, changing, doing shit almost to like, doing shit that he damn near pleases. Like his demeanor is basically do something. Him and this Elon Musk motherfucker, this weird ass looking nigga, man. reptilians and shit running around. He weird as shit. Everywhere you look, his goofy ass, his goofy looking ass self popping up, got his hands in everything. Every week you hear that name, Elon Musk. Where the fuck this nigga come from? I thought he was a technology dude or some shit, which maybe he is. I don't know his. I don't even know his actual like job title, job description, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like I say, I'm not deep into any of this shit. I'm only going off of the shit that I've been seeing lately. I don't even want to know nothing about the nigga. You know what I mean? All I know is he look goofy as hell, and I know that motherfuckers are trying to, you know, motherfuckers are trying to get rid of him. I know that much. Like every week, this nigga name is connected to something going on. Something ain't right with that. Something ain't right with that. And they say we in end times. Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. I guess so. But remember to stay loved for who you're not and hated for who you are. Slide accordingly. Appreciate every second, minute, hour, day, week, month, year. You know what I mean? Support the platform. Smack the freak out the like button. Share if you choose. Donations appreciated. Hey yo, what up? Going on? What's good? Realest one, slide accordingly. Mr. Slide accordingly. Like, share, subscribe, support the platform, support a real one.